Assalamu alaikum everyone. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahul qawli. I just want to have a brief comment on one of the hacks of the Quran, which is reading Surah Ikhlas equates to reading 1/3 of the Quran, right? And that is something big for us because we have busy lives. We do not have time to read the Quran much, yet we want to, and we want the hasanat behind it. So it gives us a good feeling when we think that if we read Qul Huwallahu Ahad, it's equal to reading a lot of the Quran. Now, why is that? Why do you think this holds such big value? According to my opinion, Surah Ikhlas is actually the definition of God. If a non-Muslim or anybody asks you, so who's your Allah? Well, what are his attributes? This Surah Ikhlas is your best answer. Why? Because it says, Qul Huwallahu Ahad. Ahad also means first, that Allah is one. Allahu Samad, that means Allah is eternal, absolute. He is always there. There's no end to him. Lam yalid wa lam yulad means that he does not give birth, nor is he given birth to by anyone. Wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad means nobody is like him. Okay, the exact translation is nobody is like him. In other words, he is above all, right? So this exactly fits the attributes of God, for sure. Because if somebody was above God, he wouldn't be God. Now, the point I want to get to is we are actually privileged to be born in Muslim families where we already hold ikhlas in our heart. We believe it and we follow by it. But there are many people in this world who are not Muslims and they don't know about this and they don't hold this in their heart. And how great is this surah? Because if you look at history, if you look at past, there was a considerable amount of bloodshed by Rasulullah and his Sahabas. They lost and they gave up everything. They went into wars to defend Islam. They gave up everything they loved. Imagine how you would feel giving up on something you loved in your time now. And in that era, they gave up whatever they had just for this ikhlas, just so that people accepted Islam and it spread all over. If you go back, way back in history, Nuh alayhi salam, he preached for 950 long years, and yet he had just a few followers who went with him in that ship, and that was a lot of sacrifice. Imagine how he felt that he preached for so long, but yet ended up with such little result, right? Then if you look at our Prophet Muhammad, if you look at his, even a few of his stories, he and the Sahabas, they sacrificed so much of their life for this Tawheed, for Ikhlas, for people to accept and love Islam and increase their faith in it. So we should try to use these as an enthusiasm for us to channel our energy into sacrificing our own time and desires to study Islam, okay, in order to study the Quran more, gather more knowledge, because only when we gather more knowledge, we can strengthen our own faith and also teach others, is what our prophets did. And it is a duty not only on the prophets, but on all of us, because the prophets had leadership and so do we, okay? Even if you're somebody who doesn't go outside, who's at home, even then you have leadership, okay? You definitely have some of your family members who look up to you, and you have people around you that you can influence. So spread your knowledge, whatever you learn, spread it to them, help them. This is part of dawah. It will build stronger, better communities. And the last point I will add is not only all this should influence us into gathering more knowledge, but what is the first thing that Allah said in Quran revelation? What's the first word or sentence that he revealed? It was Surah Al-Alaq, right? Iqra. That's the first word he told mankind. Ikra. Ikra means read. Ikra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq, khalaqal insana min alaq. Read in the name of your Lord who created mankind from a single clot. May we all sacrifice our time and efforts to read more and spread the light of knowledge to others around us. Barakallahu li wa lakum fil Qur'anil Hakim wa rafani wa iyyakum bil ayati wa dhikril hakim.